All right, and welcome into BP NFL. It's the Week 10 Best Bets episode where we'll give you our official locks for Sunday. I'm your host, Seth Woolcock, and I'm joined by maybe the best jawline that the BettingPros staff has to offer. He's Andrew Erickson. How are you, Andrew Erickson? And how do you keep looking so fresh despite the busy week coming and going?
Well, I got the fresh haircut earlier this week, and that has not gone unnoticed in the comments through Fantasy Bros, Betting Bros, people
Let's
commenting
go.
left and right. Someone said it looked crazy. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but at least people are noticing that I have been changing up the hair. So, and apparently now I'm going to be growing a mustache soon based on the Twitch comments. So, yeah,
Yes,
man, living the dream here. Week 10, double digits, and I'm finally up to 500.
let's
After
go.
10 or 9 grueling weeks, we're finally above 500 in the official best bets. So yeah, man, let's finish the season second half strong.
21-19, if I'm correct on that. 3-2 in week 9. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes,
All
positive
right.
week last week. Barely
Let's
got there, but
Hey
yeah.
man, we will take it any way we can get it. Today's program does look like this. We've got our top 6 game picks. 5 of Andrew's. I've got one for you as well. And then we'll also get to the upset special, the parlay of the week, plus our Hard Rock best bets coming your way. As always, shout out to everyone who's tuning in either on the Betting Pros YouTube channel or the audio feed. We see you. We appreciate you. The easiest free way to support us. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content. And if you enjoy Erickson's nice haircut, let us know about that down below in the comments. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a moment of NFL and college football betting coverage this fall. Let's go ahead, Andrew. Let's go to your first bet of the week, which comes down there in the great city of Charlotte.
Yeah, Carolina Panthers laying the points at home -4.5 against the New Orleans Saints, led by our favorite rookie quarterback to always bet against, Tyler Shuck.
Yes.
Not a great performance for him on the road against the Los Angeles Rams, where the Saints barely had the ball because they just couldn't do anything offensively, and the Rams just ran it all over. Matthew Stafford was super efficient against this defense. The Saints trading away parts, no more Rashid Shaheed. I was
Goodbye.
worried. I was worried, Seth, that this was a close your eyes special, that I was going to be betting against the or betting on a team going up against this unstoppable trend, but the Saints are not catching a touchdown here.
Nope.
So we're good to go here, betting on the Panthers at home. I've talked about this trend all year long, been very profitable basically, except for rookie quarterbacks playing in Denver. As ironic as that is, that's where the rookie quarterbacks have been covering on the road. Besides that, it's been a clean sweep betting against these rookie quarterbacks
Really?
making road starts this season. Yeah, so it's Cam Ward against the Broncos on the road. He covered the spread. Dart did the same thing, but other than that, all these rookie quarterbacks on the road, and this has been an historic trend, not just this year, but
Mm-hmm.
most of the time you want to bet against these rookie quarterbacks, especially in their first couple of starts. So this will be Tyler Shuck's second consecutive start on the road. You want to bet against that. The Saints are 31st in red zone scoring this season. The Panthers are 6th in red zone scoring defense this season.
Wow.
So the Panthers defense has been kind of up and down, hit or miss. They've gotten
Mm-hmm.
blown out in some games, and other games they've showed out and
Mm-hmm.
actually played pretty well. So I think against a bottom dwelling Saints offense that's lost 13 straight games as an underdog, playing with a banged up offensive line on the road, losing a key offensive playmaker like Shaheed, I'm taking the Panthers.
Yeah, dude, I'm here with you. That's actually my favorite bet of the week as well. Panthers -4.5 against the Saints. And you and I both jumped on this early. This has now moved up to 5.5 at some shops as well. But I'd honestly still continue to take it anywhere under or at that key number of 6.5. I talked about it earlier this week, man. Like the Panthers, they're running it down people's throats right now with Rico Dowdle. It's working. They're right now at 500 straight up and 6-3 ATS this season as well. So I really like what they did last week against the Packers in Lambeau Field, and the Saints league worst 2-6 ATS. So whether it's Shuck, whether it's Spencer Rattler, I don't really care. But I think with Tyler Shuck being at the helm here, it's probably going to make some even easier points for the Panthers to take advantage of, some short fields potentially as well. And the Panthers in Charlotte this season, 3-1 ATS. Their only game they did not cover in was that blowout against the Bills. So keep pounding, baby. Let's go. Let's ride with the Panthers. And Erickson, you are going to the NFC West here with your next bet out there in Seattle at 4:05 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday.
Yeah, I got a couple NFC West matchups I like this week. Not for points, though, as we'll get into here
Okay.
soon. So I'm going to take the under here at 45.5 points. And Seth, I was talking about this beforehand. This is my trend that I absolutely love. And I didn't talk about it last week, but actually ended up leading to one of my better bets was between
Okay.
the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. I bet the under in that game. Not even a sweat. There was no points to be found in that
No.
particular matchup. So felt great about that. Teams after playing the Dallas Cowboys in terms of the over under
Mhm.
1-1-6 towards the over in the game following a matchup versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Really?
What I'm calling it here is the lasso lag. Teams, the offenses show out in a massive way against a terrible Dallas Cowboys defense. They get overinflated by the market because, man, Jacoby Brissett is so good. He basically is the next Joe Flacco as the backup quarterback stepping in. But a lot of it's because they played that Dallas Cowboys defense, which
Mhm.
is absolutely atrocious. Again, if the Bengals didn't exist, I mean, we talk about Dallas as the worst defense in the NFL. So that's why I really like the under in this game. And it even kind of goes beyond just that particular trend. I usually like to play the unders in divisional rematches. This is a game that's already been played this season between the Cardinals and
Oh,
Seahawks. They
good
played
point.
earlier this year, and that game only scored 43 points. And that was played indoors in Arizona. The last 6 games between the Cardinals and Seahawks played in Seattle have actually gone under the projected point total before kickoff. 6 of the Seahawks' last 8 home games following a win have gone under the total points line. So yeah, 43 points the last time these teams faced off. The Cardinals defense has faced Sam Darnold twice over the last 2 years. One this year, obviously, with the Cardinals, and even
Mhm.
last year with the Vikings. He was held to 23 points in both those contests. So I was impressed with what Cardinals were able to do against Dallas Cowboys offense last week, holding him to under 20 points overall. So I think this game goes under, especially at a line of 45.5. I think there's a good value here taking the under.
Yeah, it's a better defense for Arizona than I think we give it credit for. Jonathan Gannon, obviously a defensive minded head coach, so I think that helps. And well, I will, never be a fan of Drew Petzig. Like I'm not, I don't like what this guy does with his offense. It's okay, right? Like it's been better under Jacoby Brissett. I still don't think it's been great. My only issue with this is like you got to hope Seattle doesn't blow up here. And based on it being that second divisional matchup, I think there's a better chance they don't. Especially, first game with Rashid Shaheed in the offense. Seemed like that backfield going through a little bit of a different timeshare split, too. We finally saw Kenneth Walker get some goal line inside the 20 touches as well. So, kind of a mixed bag there for Seattle. Sam Darnold is the realist, though. That guy is the realist. So, I like this play a lot from you. And I also like hanging out on the Betting Pros Discord community. If you're looking to up your game in sports betting, join our exclusive sports betting Discord community at bettingpros.com/chat. Not only can you connect with some expert cappers who provide free picks for the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, college football, player props, live betting, and so much more, but now you can also participate in our weekly community picks. Cast your vote and see how your picks stack up against the experts like Erickson and track your success. And Andrew, let's go ahead and keep it moving with a team total for you against one in the New York Giants.
The one leg of my parlay that did hit last week was the Bears team total going over, which not a sweat. That
Yeah.
game was going over
Yeah.
the game total because again, Cincinnati Bengals. It's too bad the Bengals and Cowboys are both on bye this week. There's so many points that we're not going to get to
Oh, right.
see scored in the
Yeah.
NFL this season. But I think that we're not going to have problem finding points in this Bears and Giants game. So we know that Caleb Williams traditionally plays much better at home than he does on the
Mm-hmm.
road. He's 5-2 against the spread as a favorite, and specifically on the road. The Bears have covered the spread 7 of their last 8 games as favorites, and at home, he's been
Mm-hmm.
much, much better. So I like them scoring points in this particular matchup because that's what I feel the most confident about. I don't think the Giants defense is very good, but I'm also afraid to lay the points with Chicago just because
Mm-hmm.
their Bears defense is also really bad. And Jackson Dart is creating some magic for New York's offense as well. So the Bears have scored at least 24 points in all 3 of their home games this season. They scored 26 or more in their last 2 home games, 27 points per game at home, just 3 home games for the Bears and the Giants. And they played on the road this season. Third most points per game, over 31 points per game allowed. Each of the Giants' last 4 games has gone over the projected points total. And that's because they've been giving up a ton of points defensively. So I like the Bears going over their team total. I would say as an opportunity to live bet this game, if you do like the Bears, because I do, I just don't love it at this particular number, look to
Okay.
live bet them against the spread. Because the thing that we've seen every single week with Jackson Dart as the Giants quarterback, they're scoring on the opening drive almost every single time. Like they know exactly what the script is. They go down, they score. And if you bet against Giants, like, man, they already scored a touchdown. So I think that if you are looking for a live bet opportunity, Chicago Bears against the spread because you're going to get a better number if the Giants jump out to a 3-0 or 7-0 lead. But pre-bet in terms of my pre-game action, I do like the Bears to go over 25.5 points.
Yeah, this is actually one I've been considering all week, man, because I just don't like this spot really for the Giants, right? I mean, you're still trying to find, I think, your groove in the offense without Cam Scatterboo. You're still missing Malik Neighbors. Like, I just don't know how much fight they can put up on offense. And while I like the Giants' front four, like, I mean, you got to admit, like that front seven there as a whole is one of the nastiest in the entire NFL. But like outside the defensive line and those outside linebackers, I don't know. I feel like the secondary still has a ways to go. They're also banged up in that secondary frequently. So with Chicago now not only having three legit wide receivers, if you put in Burden or Zeke off that really good game as well, but now they also have Colson Loveland to deal with, right? He's kind of an X factor there. So I don't know if they'll be able to contain everything. I definitely like this a little bit more if we see Swift in there, because I think Swift kind of gives them a little bit more of a boost, some big playability. But Mononga did fine in his first game as well.
I think he did more than fine, Seth. 175 yards is pretty good. I know he didn't score like Britton Brown. He scored a touchdown, but I thought that Mononga did pretty good for a 7th round pick out of Rutgers.
Yeah, I'm there for it. And you're also backing the hometown team as they take a trip down to that Florida Sun. Maybe they'll see Joey P down there.
They might see Joey P down there. Mr. and Mrs. Erickson, my parents, are going to this game. Going to a nice, fun road game for the Pats as underdogs. And I love them in this spot. The Patriots won 6 straight games, and they've covered the spread in each of their last 5 road games. Mike Vrabel is a road warrior with this Patriot squad with Drake May. And we've made a lot of money on the show betting on Baker Mayfield. But we bet on him in very particular spots. When he's on the road, when he's an underdog, when everybody's injured on the Buccaneers, that's when you want to bet on Baker Mayfield, when he just embraces the embodiment. If you look up underdog in the dictionary, it's a picture of Baker Mayfield, no matter what. So that's not the case here, though, because they are a home favorite. So that's why I like backing the Patriots. They've been really good, like I said, when they've been on the road this season. And you look at Tampa Bay, what they've done as a home favorite, 8-7-1 as a home favorite in their last 16 games. Since 2023, they're just 5-8 against the spread as a home favorite, 9-4 straight up. So yes, there's a good chance that the Buccaneers still end up winning this game. But if you're giving me the field goal with the Patriots, what I think is more of a coin flip if the teams were facing on a neutral field, especially with Christian Gonzalez practicing in full, he matters so much for this defense. I think that maybe he can slow down Egbuka just enough where this game is close. The Patriots keep it within a field goal. They cover the spread if they don't win outright. So give me the Patriots as underdogs playing the Bucs.
And I kind of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they're a little banged up and even like coming off a heater of a game. They're coming off the bye week. Maybe they start slow in this one. So I wouldn't even mind maybe like a first half spread for the Patriots. And let's keep in mind too, Erickson, no Mike Evans the rest of the way. Chris Godwin likely not going to be out there. I don't know if we're ever getting Bucky Irving back this year as well. So like there's an uphill, hill to climb here, I feel like. And like, I'm just going to say it. I've said it a couple times. I'd be looking out for Tyler Warren in the offensive rookie of the year market. Like Emeka Ibuka's had a couple down games, 6-1 right now. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I think there's a little bit of value there because I don't know if Ibuka can keep up the heater he was on this season, and especially against the Patriots here, where I'm sure Gonzalez is going to be all over him, right?
I would hope so, but I thought that he was going to be all over Drake London last week too, and all 3 of Drake London's touchdowns, Christian Gonzalez is nowhere to be found.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say Christian Gonzalez was on the field after getting absolutely
that is also true.
Let's go to your last bet here. Pick number 5 of the week, which comes in another NFC West divisional showdown that you're liking the under because, of course, you are the Undertaker.
Yes, I am the Undertaker. I'm taking another NFC West game total under 49ers Rams going under 49.5 points. So this matchup to me is so interesting because when you just look at who has dominated this matchup in terms of the betting markets, it's the underdogs that always cover the spread or even just win outright between the 49ers and Rams. So the 49ers have won 7 of the last 8 games as underdogs against the Rams.
Wow.
They've covered 8 straight. But the Rams have also covered 3 straight games as an underdog versus the 49ers. So basically going into this matchup, whoever the market thinks is the worst team doesn't usually end up winning or even covering this most of the time. So that would suggest, Erickson, you should be betting on the 49ers. Yeah, you'd think that, but I think the Rams are the best team in the NFL. So I don't want to bet against them. So if I'm betting on maybe a game that is closer than the market would suggest, that it's not going to be the Rams just totally dominating, and the spread is particularly, it's not a massive spread because I think they are giving some credit to it being a road divisional matchup for the
Sure.
Rams playing against San Francisco. But I also know San Francisco tends to be kind of overrated at home. And who else is left on their defense, right? I know
Oh.
that was the case when we were, or when the 49ers were massive underdogs on that Thursday night game when these teams first played
Mhm.
earlier in the season. And somehow the 49ers won that game despite having backup receivers and backup players all over the place. They end up
Your
winning
Corn legacy
outright.
game.
Just an absolute crazy game. And that's why for me, I think it's just gonna be tighter, which is why I like the under at 49.5 points. You look at both of these teams defensively. The Rams are number one in the NFL in red zone scoring defense. 49ers, despite all of their injuries, eighth in red zone scoring defense. So although they're getting ripped up between the 20s and giving up tons of yardage, schematically with Robert Saleh calling the shots, like they are a sound defense in the red zone and they're holding teams to more field goals than touchdowns. So 9 of the Rams' last 12 games as favorites have gone under the total points line. Each of the 49ers' last 4 home games against NFC opponents or NFC West opponents has
Mhm.
gone under the total points line. So I just think that this game is going to be a little bit closer, maybe more of like a 20-24 type of finish, which obviously goes under the 49.5 point total, which again, when these teams faced off just a couple weeks ago on that Thursday night, this game would have also gone under the total had it not gone into overtime.
Right.
Again, that game only totaled 49 points, which is under this total, and that game had extra minutes into overtime. So I think that it's really a value play for me. Not to say that there won't be points scored, but I just think 49.5 or even 50.5, where I'm seeing this line available as well, just think it's too big.
Yeah, it might be, especially with the Niners still banged up, man. Like, I don't know if Ricky Pearsall's ever coming back either. Like, I'm so sick of the reporting out there in San Fran. It's like, I mean, dude, like it's like you're trying to extract like confidential CIA information or something to get any clarity on his injury. Brock Purdy practicing limited this week, but I think if you're like you're saying right now, gun to the head, it's probably Mac Jones out there, right? So, yeah,
I mean, it was by accident. Didn't layer any of if is it Mac Jones or Brock Purdy and out because I just don't know. Number one, and I don't
yeah.
think it really matters for what I'm betting in this game is just the under.
Yeah, and like I don't wish injuries for anyone, but Puka Nakua, man, we talked about I think earlier this week, or I don't know if it was me and you, it might have been Boggs on the FP recap show. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, but it feels like every week he's getting a little banged up too, right? Limited in practice earlier this week. He should be up from what we're hearing now of Sean McVay, but he's another liar that I don't trust. So two liars, liar, pants on fire. Erickson's going with the under there. Let's go there. And let's move forward to my upset special of the week. I'm going with a game that I don't know how this is an upset. I don't know how this line is a thing. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles on the money line, plus 116 against the Green Bay Packers. We will go to Monday night for this one, and I don't understand what changed from the look-ahead line that flipped the Eagles from being favored by 1.5 points to the Packers now being favored by 2.5 points. Makes no sense to me. Maybe it was the Saquon Barkley injury, but based on reports, and we are recording this on Thursday afternoon before we've gotten the full practice reports out of Philly, I'm anticipating him to be up for this one. And either way, the Eagles are 5-3 ATS, 3-1 on the road against the spread this season. And they just brought in a ton of reinforcements, right? Outside linebacker Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, cornerback Jair Alexander from the Ravens. Is that a positive? I'm not sure anymore at this point. But Michael Carter also comes over from the Jets. So they got guys and they got bodies in spades right now. The Packers, on the other hand, 3-5 ATS, just got beaten by the Panthers at home. And in the Jordan Love era, the Packers are 0-2 against the Eagles, albeit one of those games was at the Link. The other one was in Brazil last year, but they've lost by an average of 8.5 points in those games. I think there's going to be some growing pains in this offense right now. No Tucker Kraft, your boy right now. And I think the Dirty Birds get the best of them. I think this number is a gift from the gambling gods. So give me a little Philadelphia Eagles on the money line, plus 116 against the Packers, Erickson.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. And for my parlay of the week as well, I'm going to put that Philadelphia Eagles money line plus 116 against the Packers and go back to the well with the Panthers. I'm grabbing it minus 5.5. I don't want to lay that alt that I had earlier this week. So going to minus 5.5, minus 108 against the Saints. That's going to give you parlay odds of plus 316. I love getting those odds for just two legs here because as much as I love same game parlays, Erickson, you're always paying the tax of the correlation, right? And here with us going with two separate games, we're not getting that at all. So plus 116 feels pretty freaking good to me. I'm not usually one to put a plus money play into a parlay, but hey, I feel good about the Eagles. I don't think they should be plus money. So that is my parlay of the week. That is the upset special of the week. And now we get to the Hard Rock best bets of the week. Andrew Erickson, where are you going for the fine people? And where is it coming from other than our great friends over at Hard Rock Bet?
To the greater Northwest, we're going to Seattle, where we're taking the under. My Hard Rock best bet of the week, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks going under 45.5 points because we're chasing the trends. The lasso lag. Teams after facing the Dallas Cowboys, 1-6 toward the over in the game following their matchup against Big D, taking the under, fading the offensive production from Arizona against Dallas last week.
Love it. And I'm going to throw a player prop out there for my Hard Rock best bet of the week because you and Welsh, every single week, you guys have this great show on Friday. I'm always so jealous of it. I get to edit the audio. I get to publish the YouTube video, but I don't get to make any freaking player props. I'm going to make one here, boys. I'm going Dalton Schultz over 3.5 receptions. This is a little bit of juice you're paying here, minus 145, but as they say, you only drink the juice if you lose. And I don't plan on losing this one, baby. Schultz, he's been super consistent this season. He's hit his receiving yards prop in 6 of 8 games. And this line of 3.5 over under in 5 of 8 games. This includes an average of 5.3 receptions per game since week 3. Like, we know that the Texans, they're trying to play around with, hey, can we get the rookies in Higgins and Noel involved? No, not really. Can we get Christian Kirk involved out there healthy? No, not really. Dalton Schultz is the second pass-catching option in this offense right now. I'm going to buy into that. He saw 8 targets last week with big neck Davis Mills quarterbacking this team for the majority of the game. He also has a great, wonderful matchup this week as well. Over the last month, the Jags have allowed the 4th most receptions and the 3rd most receiving yards to opposing tight ends. And tight ends have hit their reception prop against them in 6 of 8 games this season, including Schultz himself back in week 3. He went for 5 for 39 on 6 targets. So I like Schultz a lot in fantasy this week. I also like him in the player prop market, Andrew Erickson.
I really hope Dalton Schultz hits this because I'm gonna have to start him a lot places in fantasy because all my Tucker Craft teams are hurting at tight end, and Dalton Schultz will just stare me in the face on all these waiver wires with that juicy matchup. And I know that he's just gonna go 4 for 40, and I'm just gonna have to live with that.
Sure,
but hey, that's good enough for me, and it hits your bet. So that's all I'm
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And guys, this is the golden time of year where it's not just pro football to bet on. No, it's NBA, college football, college hoops, and hockey. They're all sharing the stage right now, and there's always something to bet on. If you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet yet, there's still time for you to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you not only get your winnings, but also $150 in extra bonus bets. And if you're looking for an edge before you lock in this week, check out the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. It's loaded with trends, streaks, and stats to help guide your picks. Numbers don't lie, and neither does the data in there. Check out the Stats Hub now, get an edge, and bet with confidence. The Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is the only legal book whenever you're in this great state of Florida, like Andrew Erickson's parents and Joey P this week. And also, if you live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, or if you're just visiting as well, coming soon to more states soon as well. Plus, Hard Rock Bet also offers new promos every single day. So whenever you're listening, just open up the app and check out what they've got for you. Download the Hard Rock Bet app today and make your first deposit. All right, and that's going to do it for us on this Bets episode of the BP NFL podcast. Still to come later this week and every week, of course, I'm not on there, but it's Erickson and Welsh's player props. Also, don't forget to check out the Daily Juice every single day with our friend Matt Brault. He's doing wonderful work over there. Plus, if you're into college football, come hang out with Scott Bogdan and myself over in the BP College Football Show and let us know down in the comments below your favorite Week 10 bets. We want to hear from you. And while you're here, make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you're new. For Andrew Erickson, I'm Seth Woolcock. Take care, y'all.
Go Birds.